Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for watching today. Today we are back with another Funko Pop unboxing for you. This time we're actually going to be taking a look at the newest Cartoon Network Funko Pop line. And so there are 6 pops that are going to be displayed. Well, there were a little bit more than that. We already took a look at the Powerpuff Girls Funko Pops. We took a look at the Adventure Time Funko Pops. But now these are going to be like the rest of the Cartoon Network Classics set. So there's 6 in this line. Very cool pops that I was super excited that they announced. A couple of these, they have already made pops of them in the past, but now they're more updated versions. But some of them, it's the first time they're ever making these pops. So there's definitely very cool that we're finally getting them. And hopefully, if these are successful, Funko decides to make some more Cartoon Network pops, because there are a lot more shows and characters that deserve Funko Pops for sure. Let me know in the comments down below what Cartoon Network pops you want to see next from Funko. But we'll go ahead and jump in and take a look at these 6 pops. But before we do, if I could ask you guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button. Or if you've been around for a little bit but you have not hit that button, make sure to hit it. Help us get to 1,500 subscribers. That would be awesome. Also, hit that like button as well. Helps boost up the video and makes a huge difference. Thank you guys so much. So we'll go ahead and roll through these 6 pops. And the first one that we're going to be taking a look at is going to be Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. And this is such a cool pop. Now, they have made a Dexter's Laboratory pop in the past. I believe it was in the beginning of 2020. Actually, right around the time when I started really getting into collecting, they released this. But I was not able to get it from the Funko shop. It was a limited one, and it is definitely a grail right now. But now they put out this common one, and I really like it. So I thought it was definitely one that I had to pick up for sure, and I loved watching Dexter's Laboratory when I was a kid. And so the actual box of these are cool. So you kind of look on the back here where you can see the other characters, but you can also see like some of the Cartoon Network like coloring here with the black and white, how they have the black white blocks. But it is the lines all over. That's pretty cool. And then on the side, you kind of have those squares again that kind of match the squares that are in the Cartoon Network logo. So that is pretty cool that we have all those details on the box. But the figure itself is definitely one with great detail as well. Love the mean face from Dexter. He has that serious face on, like he's in the lab. Those glasses, kind of his half eyes there, pretty cool. His red kind of poofy hair in the front. He has his lab coat on, those purple gloves, and he has a button in his hand for one of his machines. And I always loved his pointy boots. I always thought that they were really funny. And it's definitely a short looking Funko Pop, so it fits in well with what you see in the show. And the second pop we'll take a look at is Dexter's sister, Dee Dee. Now, of course, Dexter does not like Dee Dee very much, at least on the surface, because she's always in his business and always trying to ruin everything he's doing, but she always has a good heart to it. She's always a fun character, and definitely the pop shows that as well. Again, the boxes are all going to be the same for all of these pops, with that kind of Cartoon Network logo and coloring on the box. So that's not going to be any different, just as a heads up, but the figure is definitely a cool one. Dee Dee with that huge smile, and she's definitely a lot taller. Again, just like in the show, she was pretty much double the size of Dexter, which is cool that they translated that over. It's actually interesting how they did the mouth. It looks like it's kind of painted on, so it makes it look like a little bit more cartoonish compared to some of the other pops where they will actually try to mold their face. This one, they kind of just painted it on, which is a interesting touch there. She definitely has kind of a fun vibe, like she's trying to figure out what she's doing, what to do for fun. And kind of her arms, I always like see how her right arm is kind of a U shape. That's kind of cool. It doesn't really shape like that. In real life, you can't really do that, so it's fun that they have that as another little cartoonish touch. Now, going on to the next show that we're taking a look at, this is going to be Johnny Bravo. Now, I have shown off this pop-up before, and I got it from the Funko shop, but I figured, hey, we're doing the rest of the Cartoon Network pops. Why not just look at all of them? And in case you missed that video as well, you get another chance to look at it. So here is Johnny Bravo, and this is definitely one of my favorites in the entire Cartoon Network set. Johnny always looking cool. He has a mirror in his left hand because, you know, he has to check himself out. Those black sunglasses, always so cool. the big hair, and he has his comb in his hair as he was just pushing it through his hair. Hey, watch the hair. And those big kind of muscles, that beefy upper body, but those little tiny skinny legs, you can see where he was putting in the work in the gym. But I definitely love this pop, and even the eyebrow coming out over the sunglasses. Nice little touch that you see straight in the show. I absolutely love Johnny Bravo, and it would be cool if they made more Johnny Bravo pops with some of the other characters, but I'm definitely glad we got another Johnny Bravo pop because I missed the original. And this next one, we did already see, again, we also saw it in that same video as we looked at Johnny Bravo, but I wanted to check out all of these together. This is my favorite pop from the set, Courage the Cowardly Dog. The Courage the Cowardly Dog show, starring Courage the Cowardly Dog. Abandoned as a pup. He was raised by Muriel. And all that, you know it. I love it. Courage was one of my favorite shows growing up. I always watch it, especially late at night. They pretty much had it on. They put like 1 or 2 episodes on before Adult Swim, so I would always watch that. And so it is always really, really cool. And I just love the detail on this pop. And Courage with like kind of his teeth chattering like he's scared. I absolutely love that because that is Courage right there for sure. His ears too, like one's down and one's up, so you kind of see he's a little bit anxious there. And he is a little bit of a smaller figure because he is a dog after all. He's much smaller than what the normal humans are, so it's actually smart that they did a kind of ratio with his body. And he's on a stand too, which actually is pretty cool how the stand's kind of going into his back. I really do love that as well. And even how they made his feet, they actually made it look like it does in the show with those kind of 3 little paws. And even the detail with the hole in his tooth like he has in the show. I absolutely love this pop. Now, the next 2 pops are from a show that I'm kind of surprised Funko decided to go ahead and make pops for, but it's one that I watched as a kid too. It wasn't one of my favorites, but I definitely always really enjoyed watching the show, but it definitely was not in like my top 5 or top 10 favorite Cartoon Network shows, but I'm glad they made it. It is Cow and Chicken. This one is Cow, and they actually made the Super Cow version of Cow, which is interesting instead of going with the regular one, but still very, very cool, very awesome pop here. So Cow, of course, the sister of Chicken in the show. It's so funny, the premise, the fact that they are siblings, but they have human parents. It's hilarious. But a big grin on Cow's face, the big kind of nose there, which is cool. And then in the Super Cow costume, just kind of like that purple pajamas with the udders sticking out the front, which is so funny, with the green cape there as well. And then of course the last one is Chicken, and Chicken is definitely a cool character in the show. Definitely has that kind of sass to him in the show where he always has those kind of comebacks. Very, very cool. And again, this one, they did a good job of the actual size of the figure. Since Chicken is much smaller than Cow, they made it look like that. So if you take a look, Chicken is definitely smaller than Cow, just like they did with like Courage and Dexter. So they definitely did a good job with these. But have it look a little bit more 3D with kind of the Cow and the Chicken one compared to maybe like Dee Dee figure is definitely interesting how they're going about that. But yeah, this is definitely a great looking figure. But it is pretty simple. He's a chicken after all, so you know the white feathers, but the beak that's kind of coming out the front. And because he is a smaller one, it looks like they were able to fit him with that going forward, which is good rather than having to have him be like on a side kind of pose. And Chicken giving you the thumbs up, but what's really weird is the kind of the eyes. A little bit disturbing that you can kind of see the eyes like that, the back of the eyes, but hey, that's kind of how he looked in the show, so they're just being faithful to the adaptation. So there's our look at the new Cartoon Network Funko Pop set. I definitely really like it. Again, Courage my favorite. Also Johnny Bravo. All 6 of them are fantastic. I'm glad they made them. And again, I'm super surprised they did Cow and Chicken. And I'm surprised it took them so long to do Courage, because Courage is like a fan favorite show. One of my favorite Cartoon Network shows out there. So I'm glad that they finally did it. But yeah, like I asked earlier, what are some of the Cartoon Network shows that you guys want to see just off the top of my mind? I know Ed, Edd n Eddy, a couple of you guys actually mentioned that already. I know that like Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy have been rumored for a while. Would love a Grim Pop or even a Billy Pop would be amazing. Fred Burger Pop would be awesome too. I don't think they've done Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy yet. Pretty sure they have not. But yeah, there are tons of Cartoon Network shows that they can do. But I think Ed, Edd n Eddy is definitely the top one on the list, because they can do like a bunch of different variations, them regular, them with the Jawbreakers, them as a 3-pack. They could even do a Pop Town of them going over to like the dump. There's so many different things that they can do with Ed, Edd n Eddy, so I'll definitely be my top pick for what we would like to see next. But I would like to hear from you guys, your thoughts on that, or thoughts on these Pops in the comments down below. And of course, if you guys can, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like in the video, hit that bell, comment, do all those things, helps us out a ton. And thank you guys so much for watching today, and as always, we'll see you again real soon.